unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxingego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Hey yo, Errol Spence made a big mistake. A big mistake. That's what I want to talk about in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, I told you guys I'm going back to my roots, Ego Thoughts, where I just give you just my thoughts. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me. And it's not necessarily something that's being reported. It's just what I want to talk about. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. And I feel Errol Spence, he made a big mistake. And I want to talk about that and expand and expound upon that in this video. What do I mean? Errol Spence made a big mistake. Trusting Terence Crawford. That's it. I think Errol Spence, and I've said this for a minute, he gave up way too much leverage as the A side and entrusted Terence Crawford to move kind of how he moves, which is honesty, code, and things like that. And he's not being repaid with that same type of energy, if you will. And I think a lot of people, especially women, they sometimes get their feelings hurt because they expect people to do as they do. Like if they have a kind heart, then, you know, a girl will get with the dude expecting that he's on the same thing. But different people have different virtues and upbringings and codes and ethics, those types of things. So you don't really get that. You can't expect somebody to love in the same way that you love. You know, hopefully you can find that, but you can't expect it. And I think Errol Spence, being a stand-up dude, he expected the same energy with Terence Crawford. Like, if you said it, you meant it, you're a man of your word. So what am I referring to? Terence Crawford's team came out and said that Errol Spence was offered the fight at 147 pounds, not 154. But post-fight, Terence Crawford had different energy. Terence Crawford said 154 is doable, 47 is not easy for him to make. He had a tough weight cut as well, and he definitely seemed open to it. Now it seems that the conversation has shifted, where you have Team Crawford saying, we offered Errol Spence the fight at 147, which is their right legally and contractually, which I'll get to more in this video. But also, we are hoping that Errol Spence doesn't take the fight because they feel it's a, quote, waste of time. Now, I did a separate video about that specifically, so you guys need to catch up, subscribe, catch up with that video. And I just think that's in poor taste. It sounds like Crawford's team wants to now move on from the Errol Spence fight and rematch. And this is just not the tune he was singing. He was like, in past interviews, even after the win, he was saying, Errol Spence gave me an opportunity. Errol Spence, you know, he gave me a lot of things to make this fight happen. So I'm going to honor that contract. I'm going to honor, keyword being honor. Now they're basically saying we're offering him a weight class that the world knows he probably can't make easily. And they're saying we're hoping he doesn't take it. So what is that about? To be perfectly frank, that's just not a good look for Team Crawford. Here's the other issue. If the first fight played out how it played out and it was very one-sided, there's really no reason to see the same exact fight, put it on pay-per-view, and then people in their minds believe Errol Spence he's just done with that weight class, can't make the weight anymore. So it hurts. Like, let's say Errol Spence goes through with it and says, hey, F it, I'll do it at 47. Then it still hurts Terence Crawford. It hurts Crawford because it makes the rematch very non-sellable, because we've already watched the fight at 47. And again, most people believe that Errol Spence, I'm not going to say handicapped, but he just was out of sorts. And it was a very bad night in the office. And a lot had to do with his weight. That's what the perception is. So if you rematch him and nothing changes in a few months or early next year, then why would people want to buy that fight and buy that pay-per-view. And this is why some people say bad business, bud. You're kind of rescinding your word and saying something different now, and it's just making the fight less appealing. So undoubtedly, he's going to have less numbers. Not to mention, it's all over the place. Jerron Boots Ennis, his name got brought up, and Crawford says, what's the point? And his fans said, oh, how can he fight Boots? He's moving up to 54. Now they're saying he wants to stay at 47. Which one is it? I thought he wanted to move up to 54. But he's also saying he wants to move up to 68 for Canelo or Charlo, but you don't want to move up to 54 for Errol Spence. I mean, there's no way you're going to make this look good. So you're willing to move up 3 weight classes for Canelo or Charlo. You said you were into offering a rematch because it's the contract and Errol Spence gave you the opportunity. And then now you want to do it at a weight that you know he's probably going to struggle. But then at the same time, the Crawford fans are saying the weight doesn't matter. Crawford's on a different level skillfully. So you can easily prove that by fighting him at 154. So I definitely believe Errol Spence made a big mistake. This is a cautionary tale. If you are the A side, do not, and I repeat, do not allow the B side to dictate terms, because in the event that you lose, and this is the moment that they were waiting for, they're gonna run off. You know, it's like ran off on the plug twice. It's just like they ran off on the plug. And then I understand it's a contract, so Errol Spence signed the contract and the winner got to pick the weight classes, but the weight being at 54 seems like it would benefit both of them, and it would make a better and bigger selling fight, as I stated earlier in this video. And you want to restrict it to 47 because you know that he's pretty much done and can't make 47. But then your team is saying that the weight didn't matter and it would be no different at 54, but you're not willing to test that theory. So all in all, this is a cautionary tale. If you are the A side, this is what you use your leverage for. And then if they don't submit and give into your terms, then you walk. Now, the counter argument from the Bud Buddies, who are all over the place, as I've stated throughout this video, is that, oh, it's a contract. Contract is a contract. That's fine. But there's a lot of things that are contracts. Like, how come the same people, when Diddy took the publishing of Mace and Faith Evans and Da Band and Danity Kane and the Locks were screaming on radio shows trying to get their publishing back, and they were angry because they weren't getting paid really for songs after they left Bad Boy. Guess what? Diddy didn't do anything illegal, but there's a difference between legal and legalities and technicalities and a moral compass. People thought, the streets thought, the Locks being a legendary historic group, rap group, not being able to get paid off their songs and Diddy keeping the publishing, they thought it was grimy and selfish and things like that. So Diddy, he would have been sued and the Locks would have won if he did something illegal. So he basically jammed them up in a contract, which is what you see in hip hop all the time. You see a bunch of rappers and they get these 360 deals, and all of a sudden people empathize and are compassionate and they say, oh, Diddy's grimy, or the A&Rs and the record labels are grimy because they put this rapper, this contract in front of this rapper, then they held him to some BS terms. So again, it's doable. You can do it and get away with it, but it doesn't say much for your character and your code of contact or code of conduct and really your ethics. And I think that's the case here. Errol Spence has been a stand-up guy and he's done everything he said he was going to do, and he showed you that. He said he was going after Crawford. He says that he was going to clean up his side of the street. He said he was going to take no tune-ups. He says he doesn't want tune-ups. He said that, you know, after the detached retina, he's coming for the Pacquiao-Ugas winner. He did that. And he literally did everything he said he was going to do. Meanwhile, Crawford says that 154 is a strong possibility and all this type of stuff. But now he's saying that we don't want him to take the rematch and we're offering him at the lower weight. And his fans just told you that the weight didn't matter. So why not fight him at 54 then? I mean, it's a bad look. And again, it makes Errol Spence a cautionary tale of what not to do. If you have the power, you're the A side, use it. And if you don't, this is where it can come back to bite you. You do all this bending, do a coin flip, you make it easy for Crawford, make it comfortable for Crawford for him to want to take the fight. You agree to less money and give Crawford more millions. And you do all this stuff to appease the fans, and you do all this stuff to, you know, make Crawford comfortable. And then he gets comfortable, beats you, and he's not willing to work with you in the same regard, in the same way that you were willing to work with him. So, you know, you kind of got snaked. You kind of got betrayed in that way where, again, he's not doing anything. It's a contract. You can hold him to whatever, but is it classy? Is it, you know, what the fans are going to get behind and respect? Absolutely not. And this is why, if you are the A side, like I keep saying, be the A side. Floyd Mayweather, that's like Floyd Mayweather fighting Ricky Hatton in the UK, giving him more money than he deserves, and that he can prove that he's worth and all this stuff. And then if somehow Ricky Hatton beat him, and then Ricky Hatton's like, aha, contract says this, and, you know, just runs off and acts a fool. And he's like, man, I'm Floyd Mayweather. I was risking it all to fight you some kind of way. You beat me. And then now you got to try to play catch up and try to get one back. And Crawford and his team strategically, they fought you knowing you were coming off a long layoff and accidents and detached retinas. You took the contract, you gave up leverage, your team told you to walk away, and now you're being made to pay for it. That's just how I see it. Drop your thoughts in the comment. Ego Thought. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.